This is Italy's first Porsche RWB, made possible by Josephine Garage, who brought Akira Nakai to Italy. Hi everyone, and welcome to a new video. We're back on board my new Audi 80. If you haven't seen the video, I'll link it up here. I'm getting ready to go to the Josephine Garage workshop to show you the first Porsche RWB built in Italy by the great Nakai-san. I already had the chance to see it last week at the fantastic event that the guys from Josephine organized in the garden of the Venice casino, and where Akira worked his magic. So, before showing you this Porsche 964 in detail, I'll leave you with the video of the event. Enjoy watching. We're finally ready for one of the craziest events in the car world here in Italy. What better city than Venice? The city of gondolas, of canals to host a car event. The city of gondolas turns into the city of Porsches. With me is Alessandro, who's sweating. It's very, very hot. We're waiting for the free shuttle that should take us directly to the Venice casino. We decided to take a private taxi because the guys didn't feel like waiting for the shuttle. No, not in this heat, but it's fine. We're in good company and I think we'll have fun. Look at this, what a spectacular location. This is the garden of the Venice casino. Akira is already working on the Porsche. It looks pretty much finished to me. Now let's take a look. As I told you, it's already well underway. He started relatively early. The color is really spectacular. It's a cherry red that looks absolutely incredible in the sunlight. We even have the gadgets, look at this. They also told me that you eat and drink a lot at Fame, a whole lot. There you go, sparkling. After watching Nakai-san and his work, I'd say it's time to drink some sparkling water. It lifts our spirits a bit. Thank you, everyone. The situation has gotten out of hand. We'll meet at Josephine Garage soon to check out the car and see how it's built. Where are you, Daniele? Hi guys, he's one of the bosses. That's Alvise. I'm the semi-boss. Where I come from, there's never anything. It's at Goodwood. They say it's Goodwood,
so he can't be with us.
Today, Daniele will explain the car to us in detail. We'll put on our microphones and join you shortly. Here we go, Daniele.
2-3, come with me.
Leads us to the legendary 964.
So, where do you want to start? From before the RWB, before the wide body. So, from when we started the work, let's call it restoration and everything else, after buying the car, which actually wasn't in such a bad state of preservation, we basically did 3 steps. The first step was the upholstery, because the upholstery needed a refresh, also according to our style. Second step was the bodywork, repainting, so disassembling the parts, repainting, third step. We took care of the mechanics, suspension, a complete service of everything, and we checked both the front and rear axles. We did a series of jobs to improve preservation. The engine, so covers, tappets, gaskets, and so on. New braking system, hoses, new brakes.
So everything is ready to make the car exactly as needed.
The fundamental requirements to be able to fit this kind of wheel channel are to have a suspension system in excellent condition. We have this channel which is basically called an inverted channel, but we could also call it with the negative T. We are used to, like in regular cars, having the outside of the wheel rim match up with the hub, as we call it, the bolts. Whereas in this case, to widen the track, the original bolt hub is not moved, but the outer lip of the wheel rim is moved outward. So, by using a 3.35 tire instead of the original 2.25.
A real beast, honestly.
A real chunk.
Did you see them in the event video too?
You were at the event, but I didn't see you after the gin and tonics.
I disappeared completely.
Exactly, mechanical checks and servicing. We went to repaint it with this cherry, as we call it, so a cherry color using a very particular process, which I'll explain, not like a body shop guy, but in a very down-to-earth way. Depending on how many layers of finishing clear coat we applied, we got a difference in shade. When there's no light on the car, it's almost black, leaning very, very much toward a very dark cherry. But when you shine light on it, it almost turns into a blood red.
In fact, the first time I came before the event, I said, "Did you make the Porsche black?" because there was no light. Exactly. Only later did I realize that the color was this cherry.
We'll show it to you in the sunlight later so we can see what we're talking about.
Before the car was red.
Right, the car used to be red. Over the years, since the girl is 34, and from 1990, the Porsche red has faded a bit, even though it was well preserved. Still, it remained the original Porsche red. That's right. Another key part, as far as we're concerned, was making the interior of this Porsche unique. We opted for Recaro seats with a full carbon shade, but of course we didn't just buy them. We removed the covers, reupholstered them, and added the RWB logo. With this damask pattern that we then chose for the entire tunnel and all the other finishes. So, where do we insert the key? All door panels feature handmade straps with leather braid and damask pattern. And we replaced the original door opener with a knob, I'd say almost in an Art Deco style.
It looks like the towel hook I have at home.
We bought another gem, a Unigan steering wheel in a limited series, one of 250 steering wheels that were made. We got it original, we got the perforated leather textures and the hammered finish on the spokes, and then with a simple horn button.
Just click it in and you're done. The mesh on the back looks great too.
This ring, which few people know, is original to the car, but in the original, it's hidden by the steering wheel cover. I disassembled the steering wheel and removed the cover, but wanted to keep this part because it looks great. As for the rest, we got the car, well, 911 gear knob and pedals. As for the accelerator pedal, we kept it, I'd say, in its original state. We also have the two rear seats, which have also been reupholstered, and we did that reupholstery ourselves as well. Where people say, yeah, you did everything, but why? Well, we really did do everything.
An armchair that we have here.
Right, a nice armchair.
Not missing anything.
Absolutely. Since it was supposed to be the first Italian project, we had to focus on the details that make us a little bit different. Another detail we built is this carbon fiber door sill. Joseph in the garage in Venice reproduced in Japanese.
Basically written as Venice?
Exactly, to hide what it is. Wires, wiring, various things. I opened the whole box and still put the upholstery inside. Have you seen Master Nakai's external cut and sew yet?
I hadn't seen this little rear spoiler at the event.
This is technically called a canard, an aerodynamic appendage. The best part is that it remains suspended here, not touching anything under the canard. In the wheel arch, which is just fitted in, it creates this air outlet, this mesh painted black. The air that's pushed into the wheel arch is vented upwards. We don't get extreme temperatures on the rear tires. In addition, the hot air, which naturally rises, is vented through this mesh, pushed by this spoiler, and also creates a pressure difference that could help keep the car stuck to the ground.
It helps, not this wing though.
Not that that wing isn't useful, you still need the clothes rack.
You have to see this wing in person. It's almost as big as my car.
There are also some details that we can't see right now. About the lower extension here in this area, still about its extension. He goes to cut a piece that you actually can't see because it's underneath here. He cuts exactly this shape here that I made in the dust to fit it. This ensures the line looks the same from the inside. The inner part prevents the two plastics from overlapping inside.
Although it's almost handmade.
This basic machine divides. Did you ruin a Porsche or did you revalue the Porsche with an artist? It must be said, and looking at these seals we can confirm it. Which definitely isn't a job with rivets and putty, it's a job with silicone. Be careful because he uses and wants that type of sealing because it's a very particular kind of silicone. They're not rivets, they're screws with a nut on the inside. And not only that, but Master Nakai really cares about it. Each screw is fixed with glue, so there's also a level of care behind it that you often don't see in the videos. These aren't explanatory videos. In fact, I'm really happy that Mirko Padoin decided to do this to explain a bit about what's behind it. They're not rivets, as you can see, because they have screw heads and a nut inside to secure each screw.
We're sure that while you're going, we won't lose it.
At the front, we also chose these small spoilers to go along with the car's lines. Another interesting thing we saw at the event is that the car was completely painted in cherry color. Master Nakai at a certain point decided to wrap it up and go over it with Scotch-Brite. Our fresh paint and painting the entire lower part of the car in matte black. It's all painted matte black. According to him, this is to give the car more momentum to make it look even lower.
Did you choose the parts yourselves then?
The basic kit for the 964 consists of many pieces that can be assembled together. The widening kit includes the 4 fenders and the 2 rear ones. You can choose the rear hood, the 2 front fins, the 2 side skirts. You can choose not to install the rear canards we just saw, and you can choose not to install the stand. We installed various wings with different configurations.
More or less subtle.
More or less subtle, exactly. It depends on how many clothes you always have to hang. Obviously, the kit is not standard. There isn't one that's the same as another. There's always a way to customize it. He also supplies all the small parts, not just the fiberglass and main kit. He provides the setup. For example, he even supplies the gaskets you see here, which are new. He provides them because he makes them himself according to the size of his bumper. He's not inexperienced. I'd say he's someone who knows how to do his job well. Narca, yes.
This is the first Italian Porsche RWB exactly, but it won't even be him.
It won't be the last. Our goal is always to create a special event, so to speak, as a side activity to building cars. We already have some important goals for next year. Let's see if we can fit everything in. Anyway, yes, our goal would also be, because Maestro Narca is really very busy, and John is also well known. He's part of the Quarter Europe. Only 2 people in the world can install the kits on Porsche. First, you clearly know who Nakai was. The second is John Bianen, Nakai's right-hand man. Depending on this, we hope to make one within 2025.
If you are interested and have the budget to make it happen, contact us on Instagram. And somehow, not after that.
We always try to make it happen as much as possible. Anyone who is passionate about the RWB brand knows that time is something that must be dedicated to create something truly unique. The last 2 gems. When the body has been fitted, the master decides the name of the car. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Ours was named Venice by him. He honored us with Venice, and then he autographed it on the outside. The car.
And on...
Dashboard bears his signature with the certification of being #1 from RWB Italia.
Also an added value, let's say, being the first Italian.
And it's one of the few where they gave us the sticker as a gift. RWB State, so RWB Italia.
This signature has RWB and the #1, meaning it's the first in Italy, specifically for the engine.
In terms of engine, we made an exhaust in collaboration with Ragazzon, all custom made, getting rid of what we considered unnecessary stuff. Quote unquote unnecessary, so noise suppressors, mufflers, catalytic converters, and so on. We made a silenced line without catalytic converters, with 100 mm and 102 mm air tailpipes. Matte black, because we felt it was the ideal color and size. Intake system, because after all, since it's a naturally aspirated engine, the parameters, aside from reprogramming the electrically erasable programmable read-only memory, are those of intake air, exhaust, and naturally aspirated engine. He works with these things here, keeping the original mechanics. As I was telling you before, we took care of a lot of maintenance in preparation for it. Because, anyway, it's a car that, in theory, at meets or just cruising around the area, you'll definitely see it around soon.
I believe its base horsepower is 250.
Around 250. Yes.
So did they stay?
Yes, they stayed, so maybe slightly more, but they're basically unchanged. Anyway, if you drive them, I don't know about your M4 CS.
Well, but that's another story.
But that's another story.
We'll meet in the mountains to learn.
Let's discuss it over a beer at the lodge.
Exactly.
Let's take it outside. Come on, let's take it outside.
Let's check the sound. Let me add a filter since you can't see anything.
Put a filter on. Back to being deafened outside, Mom.
The sun really highlights the different shades. The color looks so different outside compared to inside.
Yeah, the color will always change.
Even the headlights have been changed.
Yes, we put two full LED headlights in the front, and we also changed the ones below just to match the color with the front ones, so they're transparent. Basically, in the back instead, we simply painted all the taillights black with a black gradient because we really liked the original look.
They're all smoked.
Let's say exactly.
And at night you can see them.
You can hardly see them even in daylight.
Legality doesn't really apply to this car, at least not technically. If I drive around with it...
The car is registered, so we can drive it now with the test plate. At the moment, it's not street legal in Italy, but we're looking into the process to get it approved for the road.
To make it legal. Plus, if you get pulled over with this...
They can only say exactly.
They can only compliment you.
At the moment, anyway, no, you can only do the one thing that in theory would be needed. A model with the kit installed to be destroyed, because the TÜV does all its tests on the kit before approving it. For Italy, that's fine.
Okay.
It'd be a shame to destroy it just for that.
Let's say it would also be expensive.
It would also be quite expensive.
Look at how beautiful the 80 competition is back there. Oh no, sorry, it's gorgeous. Now let's cut away and zoom out.
No, let's use these original fender flares instead, right?
Yeah, something simple.
We only have 3, but yeah, that's fine. It's something I haven't tried yet, but I hope it can be opened.
We'll do it live.
We'll open it for the first time ever.
Watch out for the spoiler so it doesn't hit the rear window.
It's made that way on purpose. Yes, there's an engine.
You see, there's also the engine here. Wow, it's an honor to have this car here in the province of Treviso.
I'd like to say it's an honor to have you, but it's not.
All right, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter.
We did this project mainly because we believed in it. I realize I'm echoing Alvis's words. If we go into the office, there's an RWB we created years ago. Luckily, this enthusiast community also has roots in Italy because...
And it's very big. Actually, yes.
Because at our gathering, at our event, we saw a lot of passionate young people. We saw it in their eyes. We did something cool, something important.
The event had limited attendance, about 300 people, but I'm sure that if you had done it in a bigger place, a lot more people would have come.
We wanted to limit it beyond the safety and bureaucracy issues, also to make the work easier. To Akira, who is a person fully immersed in his work, and after work he gives autographs and so on. A rather unique fusion of Japan style with the German tuning world, something that perfectly blends with our way of thinking about cars. We mainly focus on German cars or are quite specialized in this, but there's a lot of Japan style too, as also confirmed by John from RWB Europa. I use their way, his way with our cars, which is what he did.
If you want to buy it, it's not for sale. Still, everything has a price in life.
But I assure you that if we manage, we'll hold on to it tightly, because number one is always number one. We're always here to make another one. We've gained some know-how. With this one, we're sure we can't reproduce it because no two will ever be the same, but we can tailor it to what the client wants.
Definitely, the only ones who can get their hands on it are Akira and John.
Which is the headquarters, so the main office of RWB Europa, which is based in the Netherlands.
If you ever decide to make one, John or Akira will personally deliver it to your home.
And they'll take care of it for you?
They'll take care of everything. Aldo Torrenziale, it will be 40,900 degrees.
But at least we're dressed in white.
We don't attract the sun. Now let's discuss the Audio 80 competition.
You can't live on just RWB.
Exactly, thank you for being here. If you have questions or are curious, write them below.
He'll answer you?
I'll answer you. The name is his though, so if you're interested, follow Josephine Garage's page on Instagram.
RWB Italia, Instagram also, exactly.
Remember, they are officially RWB Italia.
For Akira Nakai, there is the honor of being recognized as RWB Italia. Thanks to this build, to this project that we did together with 8 hands, because John was also there, exactly.
If you have questions, contact them privately. See you in the next video.